is Epicor. So I want to get to Epicor because Epicor is an interesting product. It's one that I've actually been pretty fascinated by for over a decade now. When I started my last company, Panorama Consulting, early on, especially a lot of the clients were manufacturing types of organizations. And even today at Third Stage, over half of our revenue, half of our business is coming from manufacturing distribution. And so Epicor is just a product we see a lot in that space, especially in the mid-market. It's a good alternative to, if you're a manufacturer or a distribution type of company or a retailer, and you're big enough that you need sort of tier one ERP system capabilities, but you don't necessarily want to go with an Oracle Fusion or an S/4HANA from SAP, Epicor could be a great option. They've got a great product I feel like Epicor has always had a pretty good product, but they've now augmented what I'd say is a good product with more of a cloud-based solution or solutions with a few different products that they offer. And they have multiple products like Profit 21 and et cetera. So there's multiple systems that, Epicor Kinetic is another one. So there's multiple systems that Epicor provides or offers to the space, depending on what vertical you're in. But if you're in manufacturing and distribution, you're mid-size, it's a great product. They've always had a good product, but now I feel like the company as a whole, and just looking at sort of the intangible aspect of the leadership and the direction of the company, I think that's very strong. They have a really strong executive team that they've put in place over the last 5 or 7 years. And I think now, finally, after 10 or 20 years of turmoil in the Epicor space, where if you recall, or if you knew, Epicor was changing hands. The ownership was changing a lot, different private equity firms coming in and out. And it created this sort of instability as a company. Again, good product, but the direction of the company was sort of like a whipsaw effect for a while there. So there was some uncertainty around Epicor's future, I'd say 10 years ago, but in more recent years, they've really solidified their executive team. And I think they have a much clearer strategy now. And they've also invested more heavily in their ecosystem. So they've built out more partners and they've become more partner friendly. Whereas 10 years ago, they were sort of there's a lot of tension between Epicor as the company and some of the Epicor partners, whereas some of that has dissipated now. So I just feel like there's a intangible strategy and leadership and direction that the company has now that they didn't have before. So that, in my opinion, that makes Epicor a very strong option especially if you're a mid-market manufacturing and distribution company. If you do complex manufacturing, make to order or engineer to order, Epicor can be a great fit as well. They've got some really good tools for product configuration and engineering and things of that nature. So Epicor can be a great fit as well. And by the way, with Epicor and in all these different systems we've talked about so far, whether it's Microsoft or SAP, Oracle, Epicor, you can find more not only through the ERP report, which you can scan this QR code right here. If you haven't already scanned that code, you can see the ERP report for this year. And in this input I'm getting from you is to help us get some additional input for our 2025 report. But in the meantime, you can check out that QR code to learn about that. But the reason I bring this up is because you can not only scan that paper or that report to get more info about all these different vendors we're talking about, but if you go to my YouTube channel and just search whatever vendor it is you want to learn more about, whether it's Epicor or Workday, Microsoft, Oracle, SAP, there's tons of videos on my YouTube channel that talk about these different systems and pros and cons, all that good stuff. So be sure to check that out. If you're looking for more of a deep dive into any one of these systems, be sure to check out not only the ERP report with QR code here, but you can also go to the YouTube channel.